this is a predicament. All right. Never mind. I didn't want to start the podcast anyways.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Weapon.
Oh.
All right. Well, welcome back, folks, to another exciting episode of A Distinguished Conversation. I'm your host, as always, Noah. Right in front of me, I have Marcos.
Hi, I'm at the drum set. I didn't know it started. I thought something happened. That's why I would have taken it and I would have filled it a little bit because I thought like something happened and it didn't start recording.
Well, the cable was just on the... We're all good.
Yeah.
And then to the right of me, I have Miss Cass Borvh for making her grand return on the podcast.
Hello,
Hi.
It's me.
Borvh.
To the right of me, I have Tyler Bracken. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Tyler Bracken, also known as Turkey T.
And we got me over here, and we're Noise Candy. This is the Noise Candy app.
Yeah.
We got it. We're here.
Finally doing it. And then next week, I'm trying to think what we should do next week. Should we do... I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there.
Valid.
I can't wait for today to be over. Like, there's so much exciting stuff happening today.
It's a long day. I woke up this morning and I was like, my to-do list is extreme.
Yeah.
I didn't have much on my to-do list. I just knew it was going to be long.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. So, yeah, that being said, folks, we have a show tonight at Kirby's Beer Store. That'll be very fun. Some new songs, some acoustic songs, some returning songs, all the songs.
Beer store is an interesting name for a bar.
Yeah.
It's an interesting substitute.
I know.
Why is it called Kirby's Beer? Is there a reason why it's called Kirby's Beer Store? Or they just not want to use bar?
I don't know. They just wanted to be different, I guess.
Call Mr. Kirby right now.
Imagine it was just called Kerbert's Alcoholic Emporium.
Mr. Kerborium's Wonder Emporium. That's why we're Noise Candy.
Yeah. So that's actually a good segue. So, Mr. Tyler, how did Noise Candy come to be?
Okay, so it's kind of... It was a little bit of an accidental creation, you know. You could say the rubber broke. Because Noise Candy kind of came together because Cassandra was looking for basically a band to do an 80s show that like the bassist dropped out the last week. The guitarist was like flaky, and Marcos was always the drummer of that show.
That was it. I've been done that.
He has been been doing it. And so we played that set, and for only basically being together for like a week and only having like one or two practices together, it was a pretty good show. We were surprised, and so we were like, hey, let's keep this train rolling. And so that wasn't like Noise Candy wasn't there yet. We were Borvh because we were just like Cassandra's band basically. And that was like a grand time. We played a couple of sets
for sure.
I want to say that piece of paper right there is actually the set list from 80s Night.
Yeah, I think that's the Teenage Dirtbag set list.
Yeah.
It is. Which
that
was the 80s
set.
Why was it Teenage Dirtbag? Because it opened up with Teenage Dirtbag. I was like, this is not 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good end. Like, it was really good.
We just titled it that because when we were coming up with themes, that was one that seemed to land. And then,
yeah, that's right.
The 80s thing just kind of happened, like, accidentally. Teenage Dirtbag was, like, I think it was actually, like, early 2000s, late 90s that song came out. But it was, like, trending at the time. It was super big on, like, TikTok and everything. And we were just basically trying to find something that would kind of, like, grab the attention.
Yeah.
And then, like, you think, like, 80s music... A lot of the like rock songs that were coming out of that time were very like anti-parents.
For sure, it was like against the system.
Yeah,
it was its own kind of like sub. It was the rise of counterculture.
But
and I don't know how true this is, but like also appealing to the the age of the people who were largely in control of the fate of our club.
What?
Huh?
Like CMRA.
What do you mean?
Like getting teachers and stuff on our side at Butler, playing music that they would like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like in creating CMRA, we didn't really have like any rules on what we could and what we couldn't perform. So we did have some freedom, but I think we were also trying to cater to like the audience that we had. And
yeah, it was just kind of to bring people in.
Yeah, and I mean, that first show was a mess. Like, I'll be honest. Like,
yeah, it was.
It was my first time ever doing something like that, and I think it was like that for a lot of people. So, trying to work out the logistics of putting on a show that's like not just a 4-person band, and then also running sound, advertisement, like all of that. It was very new to me, so there were a lot of things that went wrong, but there were also a lot of things that went right.
Yeah.
Like when I asked all of you to be in the band. And like I remember that first practice, you guys just kind of like meshed.
We clicked.
Y'all clicked. And I was like, did I just do something?
We found the pocket. We were so deep in it, we found a mountain of lint.
I remember we showed up day of the show, and there was like, we had to go and get all the cables to hook everything up and to run sound, and there was just like this long ass cable that ran for like 1,000 feet. It was like massive. It was like the size of, I don't know, but it was like a tom, you know, like it was just like a 12 or 14 inch just massive cable, and I was like, what the hell is this? And it had like multiple other cables that went into it. It's confusing.
Yeah, running sound at Butler specifically was difficult because they had an outdated sound system at the time. They've updated it since we did the show there, but there's definitely a lot of spaghetti, a lot of cables just all over each other. But a good experience
because, you know, it's going to be out there. There's going to be spaghetti.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
Well, actually,
I love spaghetti.
They have sound systems now that are like all Bluetooth, which is insane. And you can control like each individual mic or like each individual hookup from one station.
Yeah,
and it's all Bluetooth.
Like basically what they have at Monica House, except it's not on an iPad. It's like its own.
No, like they don't have any cables or cords or anything.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Like everything is electronic and it's all like sent through Bluetooth signals at like
that's
at
crazy.
big venues. Like that's the technology that they're using now.
Yeah, that's crazy, but it's also probably hard to like make sure all the batteries are not dying, make sure something doesn't die out. Because it's also hard because of like if something goes down, you got to pinpoint every single thing and then figure out what it is. Because that's a lot of electronics to go into one system.
Yeah,
that's still really cool though.
No, I was looking into it because I've been looking for jobs and like working in sound engineering and stuff, and you can even like you have to get certified before you can even start using those systems.
Yeah.
So it's definitely technology that's above my head at the moment, but I'll figure it out.
That's sick.
It do be that way sometimes. But yeah. So after that 80s show, the next one was Monica House, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was the 90s, 2000s?
Yeah, that was 90s, 2000s.
No, 2000. It was just 2000s.
No.
It was 90s, 2000s.
It was 90s. What do you mean no, man?
We played Under the Bridge.
Yeah, we did have the only Borvh show.
That is true.
We did have that Monica House show before the CMRA
one.
one.
We played Thrill Is Gone and Take It Back.
Take It Back.
The first time we broke that one out.
It's a fan favorite.
And then we had the big Monica House CMRA show.
Then we had the 90s, 2000s where we...
And that, I think that was like the real moment where we were like, so Noise Candy was technically named at that point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it was after the show at Monica House that you guys kind of started.
After the solo Borvh show that we were kind of like, we did a name.
Like, y'all called me out on stage and kind of pitched it. I was like, I don't know what's happening right now on the first night. And then I think we talked a little bit about it on the second night.
Yeah, I think the plan is right now you're kind of like I'm
just the producer.
The producer that plays guitar sometimes.
I honestly, I don't have the time to like commit to a band or anything right now. So like,
except
I'm just kinda,
for our temporary stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but like even this, I'm like,
it's a lot.
Like I went to sleep after learning the solo. I was like, I stayed up till like 3 or 4 last night, just trying to learn the solo for the set we're playing tonight. But yeah, like I rarely ever practice guitar or play anymore.
Somebody get this man a coffee.
Oh,
dude,
or energy drink.
I stay up until 3 or 4, but that's because I don't sleep.
Yeah, it's a mixed. Well, like it used to be the insomnia that used to kick in, but like I don't know. I always have trouble sleeping, and but yeah, I know. Like there's, I don't know. I'm always exhausted. I got home from work yesterday. I was like eating a salad, and then I like fell asleep and woke up with like lettuce in my mouth, and it's like,
oh no.
Yeah.
It's the worst feeling, but. It's also
probably soggy.
It was soggy, and you're left with the taste of it, and it's like, but it's like just what is it? Not disintegrated, but like the broken down version of lettuce.
Salad.
Yeah, so it's
like a little bunny.
So yeah, it just
the lettuce
hurt.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it's just kind of this awful taste in your mouth, and I don't sleep, and all I do is work, and if I'm not working at work, I'm working on this, and if I'm not doing that, I'm writing an essay right now, and if I'm not doing that,
Seth of a Railsman is actually about Miguel.
Is it?
Yes.
I heard.
That is actually great material, like the analogy of like, or literally actually falling asleep with food in your mouth. And
I was gonna say that's not an analogy. That happened
that's
yesterday.
literally that happened. Yeah.
Worked so
Write
hard.
that down, dude. Those
you
are
can't
great
even
lyrics.
enjoy your meal.
That's not a great lyric. That's a tragedy. But yeah, no, I can't really commit to any music stuff anymore. Oh man, not yet at least. I don't know. Maybe once I get something figured out, or I don't know. Maybe then. But till then, I'm just here when y'all need me.
I don't know, man. It's so
We
easy to say
appreciate
maybe then, you know. And I find myself like in a position like that because like I thought I was ready to like go back to school and just like keep on the grind, but like that I'm definitely not. Like I'm reeling and ranting and raving, and
Yeah.
like honestly, time is the one resource that, like we can never get back.
Yeah.
And that's like an old proverb. That's a cliche, but it's so true.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, I've been very grateful for the time that we've spent together. I think that
too.
we've done some pretty cool shit. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Even if we're all exhausted and tired. And
Oh yeah, we're all depressed and like we're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get that picture at the Monica house, and then we're like, oh shit, I forgot to get that picture.
Just have
Well,
just like
we
see
need
the
to take a
picture. You got insane
together
bags under your eyes.
tonight, because we don't like
Yeah,
as
we
a
need to take a
band.
picture.
We
Yeah.
don't actually have any pictures since the show at Monica House, the 90s 2000 show. We have
Right.
We should take a picture, and then like for the podcast, I'll put like a placeholder picture, and then like once we get that picture, then we'll use that picture for the podcast.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a
Speaking
plan.
of that picture, like, is the wardrobe the same for tonight? Especially
I'm
now we
wearing
can talk
this.
about with Cass. You're
What?
wearing that,
This
I'm
is what
wearing
I'm
this, and you know that vest that I have? Yeah, that
the
too.
leather vest.
Yeah,
Marcos.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna show up.
I like what you're wearing right now.
Are we wearing like dark colors? I am not wearing this. I'm gonna keep the cloth FNAF flat bill hat on though.
So let's just be honest. Like,
I think I was gonna wear like a slutty button up.
whoa,
I like that. I'm going with your idea. I'm doing that too. What were you saying?
that is like the greatest shirt ever.
This is a really good shirt. The Butler, there's a place for you here shirt, and it's a man getting sucked up by a UFO.
Yeah,
Like,
make sure
that-
you get a picture of that up in the podcast.
Those are like, I was just given one, but I was like, this is a really cool shirt. It's also like very comfortable to wear. Like
It
fits.
is. I'm very sweaty, so I'm not really comfortable right now. But
and
yeah,
it's nice
comfy.
neutral colors. Cause like, bro, in my high school, like my big senior concert, the shirt was white. I am never
Gross.
wearing that thing.
Why would you
That's
do
terrible.
that? Why
I'm
would you
never
put
wearing that thing.
kids
Like,
under stage lights in a white tee?
yeah,
Yeah.
You're just
So-
asking for like pit stain central.
So basically,
Yeah.
that was a bad decision. I love the fact that it's gray. It's a nice dark gray,
That's what I'm saying.
and I love those
You can always
nice
wash gray.
neutral earth tones.
Yeah, I'm also just kind of boring and wear neutral colored clothes in general, which I'm kind of deviating from that because like my entire closet is all like white clothes, black clothes, gray clothes. That's it. and I'm like, you know what? Let me switch it up. So that's what I'm
Well,
starting
the
to
cool
do
thing
now.
about that is that it's versatile.
It is. You can wear it with everything.
As long as you don't put together the grout fit.
Hey, remember how last week we talked about clothing and we said we shouldn't do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How you said that? We had feedback from someone that said wearing Crocs. Was it Crocs?
No.
Wearing Crocs. What is it?
It was light up.
Light up Skechers. Light up Skechers.
Okay, yes. So Mr. Chance Porter, if you're listening to this,
Name drop.
let's see. He posted something on the Chapsnat, which said, let's see, but like, hold up, let me go find it. But he was wearing like these light up Skechers, and he said, "We about to go steal your bitches," or something along those lines.
He put bitches in air quotes.
The bitches. About to steal
wanna
your
mark that down for the
bitches
record.
with my light up Skechers. And yeah, it's him with his little light up Skechers. I believe he's at the Worlds of Fun thing. He was working over there now, so congrats to him.
Yeah, big congrats to Chance, because it's a big accomplishment.
What is he doing
What?
up there?
He's like an actor, right? Or
Yeah,
like
he's
a
a
performer.
full-on dancer performer.
Full-on dancer.
Oh,
at
That's
Worlds of Fun.
sick.
And
So-
like, I know that may not sound like a big thing, but like it's pretty professional.
That
It's a
sounds
pretty
sick.
It's a pretty big gig. It's like
I had a friend who worked up there a couple years ago, and
Way cool.
it's a good job. Like, yeah, no, he should be proud.
I'm assuming he's working hard in the summer heat, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't envy
For
that,
real.
but
Yeah.
congrats, big congrats, because it's a tough audition process. I know that he auditioned last year and didn't get in, and he was like, he took that as an opportunity to get better,
to
and
keep
he got in.
practicing. That's crazy.
a grind we can really like that. Damn.
You can respect the grind. That's sick. That's sick,
Surprised
bro.
he didn't
Good.
get in the
Congrats.
first time. He's just a very attractive man to look at. Like,
He's
I'm
a
not-
good dancer. He was already a really solid
I'm
dancer.
not gay, but
For real.
like, I'd take some fries with that milkshake,
So I'm saying, no, Chance is cool, dude.
Yeah.
Congrats. We'd like to see you doing big things. Go Worlds of. Do you say Worlds of Fun?
Yes.
We'll go to Worlds of Fun just to see him dancing and be like, yeah, woo. And I'm gonna walk up with a water bottle and be like, here, you're probably dying right now.
But yeah,
I wonder, does he get it in for free? I'm assuming, like,
probably.
you
Probably.
get to ride as many roller coasters as you want.
Ride
That's
the
sick.
Mamba for us. It's
For
pretty
real, please. I haven't been to an amusement park in years.
Do you
Ride
think-
all of the
Chance-
roller coasters?
Chance, I
All
have
of
a,
the ride.
Chance, I have a question. Do they open the parks at night just for employees, and they get to just kind of like go crazy among the park? Because I feel like that'd be a really sick thing to do, and if they don't, you should petition for it, because it'd be really sick to go at like midnight to Worlds of Fun, just have all the lights on, and then just go ride rides with all your with all your coworkers.
Speaking of being alone at an amusement park, you guys ever like?
Where's this going?
Okay, how's that for a segue?
So 5 Nights at Freddy's.
so no, but like Disney adults like renting out a park or a section of the park for like your wedding or something.
Holy God.
Does that
must
not
be
sound
so
like the worst
expensive.
wedding like
That
ever?
sounds so expensive.
So, talking about Disney, actually, my mom used to work at Disneyland, and she said at the end of the night, all the employees, at least back when she worked there, like, they would kind of do that, and sometimes they'd ride some rides, but like at the end of the night, they would just kind of sit, and they said it's very peaceful when nobody's there, and like after they were done, they'd just sit. And
That's some
watch
kind of
the
like
water
liminal
and-
space stuff.
I know.
That's
I
sick.
feel kind
Because
of
it's
like
like-
creeped out. Like,
People are supposed to be there. Like it's supposed to be completely flooded with people. and
Yeah,
it's
but
just
you
like,
have like your friend to chat with.
no,
or
like
something.
yeah, it's not like creepy necessarily, but it is like.
I mean, there's always going to be Creepy Dave, you know, that one employee who just.
Okay, all right.
It's like
There's always
it's like
gonna be
that.
that.
It's like that surreal peacefulness.
No,
Well-
but yeah, so like I used to work in the Wichita West Mall, and
Oh yeah, no, that's
yeah.
that place is terrifying.
that is like I
Why?
would be there until and I would close the store at like 8, and so it was like by 8 o'clock at the Wichita West Mall. It literally is a graveyard.
yeah.
I mean, it's already a graveyard, but like,
And it's
kidding.
no, but like there's the old people.
Yeah.
Like there's like the mall walkers and stuff, and like you would get some people like every now because like Dillard's clearance, they got old people clothes for good prices, man. I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Honestly,
And they still had the Auntie Anne's,
tragic. God rest her soul.
but it's gone
True.
now, so there's no reason to go.
I couldn't
Except for the-
even go there as a customer.
Except
I don't
for
know
the
how you
Melee
work
Weekly.
there.
For real.
Like, genuinely walking through the halls of the West Mall, like, I just feel like I get goosebumps.
I remember being a kid and driving up to Wichita, like we'd take like trips up to Wichita every now and then, like not often, but like whenever we could. Mm-hmm. And I'd be up here as a kid. And I remember walking around Town West Mall when it was bumping.
Yeah.
And then I come up here as a kid, and like I live around this area, and I'm like I'm gonna go visit Town West, and I go to Town West, and it's just a
depressing.
It's just depressed. Like,
but yeah, that's liminal space, dude. It feels like the back rooms because it's like this massive space that it's supposed to be filled with people, and you can just hear your footsteps like go all the way down the hall and then come back to you.
Have you all ever listened to Teeth Like God's Shoe Shine by Modest Mouse?
No.
Well, that's pretty much what the whole song is about. And like there's this one line where he's like, the malls are the soon to be ghost towns, and I'm like, is he talking about Town West?
For real. No, there's a mall somewhere that they just turned into like a retirement home.
Yeah.
Where is that?
I don't remember exactly. It might be in Florida, because like doesn't it sound like some Florida shit?
It's like movie theaters are gonna be like renovated into different shit.
Yeah,
soon.
like the Regal War in Old Town.
Yeah,
it's closing on Friday. It's closing on Friday, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, they just announced that it was closing.
Like, that's crazy.
Are they gonna do anything with the old video rental stores? Because all the family videos are still all dotted around Wichita, and none of them have been bought up or renovated or reused for any
fact
purpose.
About those.
No idea.
I didn't know this until I was chatting with my good friend Dayton. Shout out to Dayton. Apparently, there was a behind the curtain spot in every family video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They sold, you know, XXX.
They sold naughty business.
Fun videos, yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember, like, walking back in there as a kid.
Really?
Yeah,
what
because I like to explore.
I don't remember doing that.
Dude, I mean, I grew up in, like, a little tiny town of, like, 8,000 people. And I, like, in the little
there was nothing better to do than to walk into the...
No, we didn't have one in our video rental store. Yeah, it was called Total Entertainment, and I loved that place because for some reason it I don't know how to describe the smell, but I loved that smell. Like, I'd walk in there, and then, like, my parents would walk out and be like, man, we smell like the DVD rental place. And I was like, I love this smell. But I remember going in there and just being like amazed by the amount of everything that they had, and going out and like picking out a Wii game to rent for like $1.50 a night.
That was such a vibe.
Don't you remember, don't you love going to the video store? Because then you were like, oh, maybe they have that one movie, and like it was on your mind, and when it wasn't there, you'd get disappointed, but you'd find something else, and you were like, oh, well, maybe this will be good.
I don't know. It was cool, like, to like see all your options like that.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I loved renting video games.
Yeah,
though,
I think the game rental, that is just wow, man. That's revolutionary.
You can't do that anymore.
I know. I mean, you can have like GameFly, but didn't GameFly go under too?
I have no idea. I haven't heard about it in a long time.
I saw something about them recently, and I was like, God, that's still a thing.
For real. Like, I remember constantly getting like commercials about them on TV. I think they
still exist. I just don't think they're advertising down everyone's throats anymore.
Yeah. I also think it's crazy. Like, that's another thing where like it's crazy that you'll be sitting down watching TV and you'll get like a commercial, but they're not called commercials anymore. They're called ads, because people watch YouTube a lot, and you get advertisements on YouTube and not commercials.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about commercials is you pay for cable to be advertised to.
Yeah.
Like, that seems so backwards nowadays, because like we're used to if there's ads, it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, it's cheaper.
Or you pay not to have ads.
Yeah. Or you pay not to have ads. That's what's up, right? And so the idea of paying literally more than probably every streaming service combined to be advertised like 50, to for more than half of the runtime of your TV shows is like, dude, and TV wonders why it's going under. Like, are you kidding me?
Dude, for real, like, I remember watching like cable television as a kid, and like watching like these 30-minute segmented shows. Like, an episode of a show would be 30 minutes, and then I go and watch it on like Netflix or Hulu now or whatever streaming service, and it's like 12 minutes. It's like 12, 15 minutes. Yeah. And I'm like, that's crazy that they blocked out half of this show with commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were like determined to shove products down our throats.
What do you mean were?
They still
They
are.
are now, but I mean, like, that's the thing.
It just happens on the internet, and they
it's-
harvest your data to specifically target you with ads that are specifically enticing to specifically you.
Well, if we're talking about like TV specifically, though,
I haven't
cable TV.
had cable in like years.
I haven't had cable since I was 8. My dad tilled over the line in our backyard, and he was like, "That's it. We don't need cable."
That's
like the greatest.
That's sick.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, it saved us money. We still had to pay for internet so that we could sit there and wait 30 minutes for a YouTube video to load.
Dude, I remember when my family got
Charlie the Unicorn.
I remember when my family got internet for the first time. We got like HughesNet, like it was some like dog shit internet service provider. And we'd get it, and I remember my dad being like, "Yeah, so we don't have much data, so we're only going to use it when we need to." And so I felt like I was a little sneaky and like going on my parents' back, because I'd like plug in the router, plug it in my Xbox, play Call of Duty Ghosts online, and then when I was done and I heard like my dad walk through the door, I'd immediately unplug it and then just like play whatever Ghost had. Ghost has like aliens instead of zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're crazy.
I feel like that's why I have this fucked up perception of Call of Duty Ghosts, because I love Call of Duty Ghosts, and that game gets so
That game gets
shit
on.
That game gets shat on so
Honestly,
much.
a little unfairly.
The campaign was amazing. Are you kidding me?
I feel like honestly, okay, the multiplayer unplayable basically as far as I can remember. But honestly, Aliens was
was it
kind of
called
good.
Extinction? I think it was called Extinction
or whatever it was. Yeah. And then Advanced Warfare.
We don't need to talk about
had
it.
exo zombies. Also, I feel like underrated.
That's right.
Honestly,
That's right.
Very hated on.
I don't know.
Do you guys know about any of this?
I mean, all I know about is zombies. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I only played a little bit of Black Ops 2. I no-lifed Black Ops 3 for a bit. That was like the one game that got me through like middle and like early high school, because I played that game like every single night with my homies.
Yeah, I could probably like explain like half of the zombies lore, like up until Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 2 zombies is elite. Like, I know every map.
No, yeah, like
Black Ops 2 zombies is insane. I cannot believe it was real, dude. Transit.
Dude, for real. Oh my
like
god.
The bus driver, they really did that. That was real. A real game developer sat down and said, "This is a good idea." The denizens, bro, the little fuckers that come at you from the fog.
Yeah.
Someone thought that was a good idea. And then in the same game, they have Mob of the Dead, one of the greatest zombie maps ever made, like ever dropped. And they just dropped that shit next to Buried.
Yeah.
Literally, you can get to round 50 by going to sleep. I fucking... Nah, dude, Buried.
I want to play Black Ops 2 again. Whenever I get my Xbox, whenever I freaking resuscitate it, because it died.
Red Ring of Death?
No, it's Xbox One. 1S. Dude, so there was a thunderstorm in my apartment complex, like right next to it, and we saw a bolt of lightning hit right next to the apartment complex, and it like surged power to the entire building. Dang. And my Xbox, mind you, was connected to a power strip with a surge protector in it, and it just blew my power bank on my Xbox.
It can't fight that lightning.
Dude, I don't know how it happened, because like it worked just fine. That storm happened. I go to turn it on, and it doesn't turn on.
That's really
like
sad.
It turns on, it makes the like doo-doo-doo sound, light turns on, and then it just turns back off.
He needs Jesus.
For real. I need to take it somewhere where we can fix it, dude. It makes me so sad.
I've been thinking about selling my old like Nintendo game systems.
What do you have? Don't do it, but like what do you have?
Unless you absolutely need to.
To people I like, I have an N64. A
don't sell that.
I wasn't planning on selling the N64.
Okay.
A GameCube, and then I have like every DS, like all of them.
That's crazy.
Don't sell it.
I don't think you should sell them.
Unless you have to.
I kind of want to sell my Switch because I just never play games anymore.
That's valid. Nintendo Switch sucks, and Nintendo Switch is dog shit. Sell it.
Whoa, that's actually controversial. Are we going to talk about that?
How is that controversial?
Why does it suck?
I want you to play Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch and immediately play it on your PS3 and tell me why that's controversial.
To be fair, though, Skyrim was not meant for that. Like, it just, like... Skyrim should
Yeah,
have
like
stayed
you
in
can
its lane.
play Breath of the Wild, man. Like,
Well,
what,
so, like,
you know,
Nintendo-
and the whole thing is like, who hasn't dreamed of that? Who hasn't dreamed of that concept of like being like, man, I wish I could put my DS screen on the TV, or being like playing your PS4 game and being like, man, I wish I could take this to the bathroom with me and play it while I'm shitting.
Hey, I did that with my PSP.
Yeah,
I had one of those. Oh my gosh.
so like
I still have mine.
So, like, the idea that that's actually possible, like, you could be playing
gone
a
better.
gorgeous HD console game and then literally pick it up and no stop in the gameplay.
Yeah.
You can go take it somewhere.
I guess that's fair, but they also have a worse Wi-Fi card. I just hate Nintendo, man.
See, I love Nintendo.
It's not a PC. It's not a
I know
gaming
it's not.
PC.
I know it's not a PC. I know
it's not
Keep telling me
meant
that.
for
I know that
kind of
PC is
game.
not a PC. I just hate Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, like with your point of Skyrim, like on Switch versus like on like a PlayStation system. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like that's not the kind of game that's meant for the Switch.
I play Skyrim on Switch.
I just like other
And
consoles.
I bring it with me on car trips, and I say, boy, I'm so ecstatic that I can play my little Skyrim game
Okay,
inside
fine.
the car
I
trip.
retract my statement. Buy used.
Buy used. No, but you have a good point. Nintendo, kind of fuck Nintendo.
I say.
They're kind of a dog shit corporation.
Gosh,
But then again, I think the words dog shit and corporation
They go hand in hand.
generally go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I will say somebody, I can't remember who it is, but I just saw someone who released a entirely hand-painted game for the Switch and spent 7 years painting every single panel. I don't think it's out yet, but I
think I
saw
know.
the advertisement for it the other day.
I think I know what you're
and
talking
it
about.
seems super cool.
That's
I'm a
unreal.
huge fan of like platformers on Switch specifically, just like where I'm running around and do my little battles and explore the world. Like that genuinely gives me so much serotonin.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, isn't Cuphead completely hand drawn too?
That
Yeah,
game
is
Cuphead
hard.
is Cuphead. Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Like the entirety of Cuphead's hand drawn. So is Hollow Knight.
Yeah,
I was
I think so, something like that.
I was recently going back and playing the old Ratchet and Clank games.
Oh, I love
and
Ratchet and Clank, dude.
I fucking hate those games.
Oh my, geez, let's
They're-
talk.
They are so hard.
I have an Omni wrench on my keychain. Like I actually,
That's sick.
it broke off. The little nubs broke off, but it's it is a Ratchet and Clank Omni wrench. I promise.
It does look like a wrench.
Which game were you playing?
Going Commando.
Going Commando. That's the
and-
second one.
Yeah, and like the suit upgrades are so few and far between, and then like a lot of times the idea is like every planet they wanted you to get the new weapon, but they don't give you enough bolts to purchase it, so you kind of just have to make do with what you have.
Yeah. So
And it
there's
just-
actually there is like a thematic reason for that gameplay element, and it is also reinforced by the people who like charge you for things. Like you have to buy to get the levitator and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like it
well-
seems like bullshit, and that's because it's supposed to be.
Right.
It's like because the
Well,
whole like Ratchet and Clank franchise,
It's all like a
especially-
very anti-corporation thing, but like even aside from that, they had like it was only like a year to make that entire game, because Ratchet came out in 2002.
Yeah, and they started working on it even before.
Yeah, so
Ratchet
it was
1.
only like a year or a year and a half of development. So like I know why it's the way it is. It still doesn't make it any easier because like have you played those glider segments?
Yeah.
They're fucking impossible.
Okay, man.
You
This
have to be
is
so
You're talking to
precise.
the wrong person because I
I'm
just love these
goated.
games and I have just played them so much that I can do all this shit. But I understand that it is bullshit. Like the glider
kinda
sections
wanna-
fucking suck, and it's padding. It is padding on the part of the developers. Like I will give you that.
Cash just sneezes her headphones went over her eyes like a visor.
She's looking like a Cyclops from X-Men over there.
I found a TikTok of the specific video game I was talking about.
The hand-drawn one.
Yeah,
What's it called?
it's called The Master's Pupil.
Master's
But-
Pupil.
Oh.
That sounds familiar.
If you, in just a second, I'll show what like the actual gameplay looks like. And I think it's super sick because you can see like the strokes like from the brush and stuff, and it has like a lot of texture.
Huh. Interesting. I can't really see it up close.
Oh my, that's sick.
Isn't it?
It's a Monet painting. It's literally the water lilies, the Monet water lilies. Like,
dude.
But you're playing through it. That was sick.
I was gonna say, I looked at it for a second. I saw like all the platforms, and I was like, that looks bad.
That looks.
And then it zoomed out, and I was like, oh wait, no, that doesn't look bad. It looks cool.
That's in it. Yeah, it's because it's impressionist or whatever, right?
Yeah, I also can't really see.
Have you seen or played Limbo?
No, I've heard a lot about that game.
Played it.
I had a bunch of friends that talked up that game a lot.
It's really good, but it's also really hard.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm terrible at any and all platformers, which is why Uncharted is my favorite video.
It's like the Metroidvania revival, like Shovel Knight and Hollow Knight, kind of type of games. It's like brings back the old
2D side
difficulty.
Yeah,
like old school platformer difficulty.
Games used to be a lot harder.
For real.
It was because there was all the space.
And
so in order to make it work, because they were still $60, it was still a really expensive piece of technology. So they wanted to make it worth your while. So they, instead of making a long game, they just made it really hard. So
another thing that made it really hard was, as a kid, you never had a memory card, so you just kind of play through a game, see how far you could make it in one sitting, and then either leave your console on or turn it off and play it all over again.
Because of that, I'm actually now
on the GameCube,
like I'm roughly capable of doing a speed run for Pac-Man World 2.
Oh yeah.
Because
I would love to watch that.
Because I would play through it with no memory card, and I would beat it in one sitting, which is not that long of a game. It's not that impressive, but
still kind of sick. Speedrunning is so sick.
The hardest game I have ever had to play was The Incredibles for the PS2. It is so arbitrarily
are the
difficult.
controls just awful?
It's a mix. The controls are they're actually pretty standard. Like, you got a light attack, strong attack, jump.
Well, yeah, but
roll.
did it control
do they
gross?
work?
Yeah.
More or less.
Okay.
But so you have these dash sections where you basically have to sprint the whole way, but if you hit something, you one and done, and the checkpoints are so far in between. No, Temple Run is actually fun.
Spawned Temple Run.
But then you have these swinging bits, but sometimes you don't know that you can swing on things, and then it's mostly the camera, because the camera is just very janky and never at the right angle, so you have to time your jumps perfectly for certain moments. And then there is this turret section that me and a buddy were stuck at for an hour, just because you can take 3 hits, but they give you a lot more than 3 hits, so it's just arbitrarily difficult for the sake of being difficult.
So in Pac-Man World 2, most of everything is a pretty good breeze, and then there's these 2 levels. One is an ice skating level, and one is a rollerblading level.
I think you showed me these.
And that, that's the one level that I cannot do. Those 2, it's just it's hell. And man, speaking of when games would give you PTSD, going back to Ratchet and Clank, in the first Ratchet and Clank game, there's the section in the sewer where you're escaping from the water. I don't know if y'all ever played that section, but dude, it is the hardest thing in video games that I think I've ever done.
Away, yeah.
It's actually because I don't know if it would still be this hard nowadays, because I don't really.
Did you play the 2016?
I do have an interesting story about that. I'll get to that after this. But basically, my brother and I were traumatized by this section of Ratchet and Clank. And so now, if you play that music for me, the Rilgar sewer escape theme, I get flashbacks. But yeah, the 2016 remake, I was really excited for that coming out, because I was a big Ratchet and Clank fan, and I got it day one. And I was honestly pretty disappointed by it. It was pretty bad. The gameplay is pretty tight. But they really basically neutered Ratchet. They castrated my homie.
Yeah.
As a character. And so he's just because Ratchet's supposed to be kind of this edgy, funny, a little bit kind of, quippy kind of guy, and
he was Conqueror except
tame.
Except tame, yeah.
Except PG.
He was Conqueror except he had a good fur day.
And he was not at all that in this remake and the reboot.
Yeah.
But the gameplay is pretty tight, and so actually because of that, this is actually the only game that I ever actually invested time in learning actually how to speedrun. And so I have gotten like leaderboard worthy times, like on for speedrun.com of this game. But
the new one,
the 2016, not like the PS5, the Ratchet PS4.
I heard Rift Apart was pretty good.
Run it,
but yeah.
Run it, yeah. Speed run it
right now.
Upload it to not right now. Refine it again, and then we'll sit down together. You'll speed run. I'll refine my speed running Super Mario 64. You speed run Ratchet and Clank.
Okay.
We'll go to like the esports club and show off, and then be like, "This is how you do gaming."
The very first skip in that game is really, really tough. So like basically, this game begins by you start in Veldin, right, and you go to like the Ranger tryouts. And then you like do all the Ranger tryouts thing, and you get rejected, and then you are leaving, and you find Clank at night, and so there's a Veldin night section where you come back to the shop, and basically there's a skip that you can do right at the beginning of Veldin where you hop over to the nighttime section, like the nighttime geometry of the level.
Yeah.
So basically think of the level like a giant like horseshoe essentially, and the two ends of it are touching, and so you can just hop the fence. But it's by far the hardest skip in the game. Like I'm talking about it like it's super easy, but it's there's like a lot of tough jumps and tricks.
It's like watching people try to speedrun Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Oh my god,
that's such a convoluted speedrun. I love watching them.
It really is, but it gives me so much joy.
For real.
Genuinely.
You guys should check out the speedrun for Jak and Daxter 3.
Yeah.
It's basically Ocarina of Time on steroids.
That's the same thing as like watching people speedrun Skyrim.
In terms of a speedrun. Yeah, dude, it's unreal.
Are so sick.
I don't even understand Skyrim speedruns. Like, I can't even watch them and understand what's going on because it's just like unreal. No, because that's kind of what Jak 3 is like. Like, Jak 3 is like Ocarina of Time and Skyrim like kind of mixed together a little bit because it's like an open world 3D platformer.
There's this guy who speedrun Batman Arkham Knight in like 4.5 hours, which mind you, the story takes like 18 hours on its own.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he did it, because somehow he does all of it, but like he grabs every Riddler trophy, he grabs does every side mission.
It's because they're playing the system.
Yeah,
they know the glitches.
Yeah, it's so sick to watch people optimize the downsides of video games. Definitely. I feel like that's why I just love Super Mario 64 speedrun so much. It's because that game is so exploitable, and there's so many tricks where it's pretty much
just knowing the coding and whatever.
Yeah, it's like people sitting down and studying the code and like studying so many aspects of this game to find out how to like optimize and make it even faster to play the game.
The original Mario speedrun, I think for the first level, is literally as fast as humanly possible.
I think it's the whole game.
The whole game.
I think it's the full game. It's been completely optimized.
Task speed.
I think so.
I don't know. Dang. I think the whole game. I don't know. There's definitely like. I don't know exactly. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say anything that's completely not true. But yeah, like the first level, like I don't think there's literally any time save at all.
It's either you get it or you don't, and you restart.
Dang.
No, like there's like the record physically cannot be lowered anymore on the first level.
Yeah.
Like, even if you ran it.
So
infinity times.
And that's how Noise Candy met. So you'll want to run the set now?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. We got into our video
games. Yeah, we started talking about video games. I love video games.
That was a distinguished conversation.
If you guys love video games, check out Spice and Butter. That's a gaming channel that I have where you can watch me be bad at video games. And also check out A Distinguished Conversation Gaming. And also check out Distinguished Conversation Gaming on YouTube. Or it's just A Distinguished Conversation.
Gaming.
We love video games.
Gaming.
Chapsnat is
gamer.
Typing.
Gamer gaming.
Can you guys fill time?
I can fill time. Have you guys ever
have you ever had a dream where you
golf?
VR golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played golf in VR chat because I have an Oculus Quest 2.
I had never played on the VR ever. Like, I'd never put one on. First of all, it's so disorienting.
It's so sick. It's really disorienting the first time you play. It's worse whenever the first game you ever play on VR is FNAF Help Wanted.
Oh, God, no. No, I started with golf, and the controls are weird on the Oculus.
Yeah, a little bit.
That was the hardest part for me, was figuring out what the actual control was.
What headset did you play on? Was it like the white Quest 2 where it's like wireless?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, it's probably just because, like, I was completely new to it, but, like, it was just, like, very disorienting.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I went to Topgolf, and I will say golf in person is definitely better than golf on the VR.
Oh, no, headset. There's no way you're lying.
Well, I also threw out my shoulder at Topgolf because I just went a little too hard.
See, you can't do that in VR golf.
I think you can. Dude,
oh, no, yeah, you can.
My friend Corbin plays it all the time, and sometimes, like, when I'm hanging out at his place, I'll, like, walk by his door and just see him, like, swinging. And let me tell you, from an outside perspective, watching somebody play fake golf is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny. And then they get, like, they get pissed because it's, like, a bad shot. They're like, and I just walk by and, like, that's all I see. I've also definitely, like, heard him hit his wall on an accident when swinging.
Yeah.
And that brought me a lot of joy.
That's really funny. No, it's funny just in general watching people play VR because it just looks so funny. Like Beat Saber. I have Beat Saber on my Quest 2, but I also hacked it so I can add custom music.
Oh,
like,
that's sick.
Yeah, I modded my Oculus Quest 2, so if you need someone to mod a Quest 2, let me know. And I'll see if I can remember.
I don't even have one.
Oh.
But I don't know.
If anyone out there has a Quest 2 that need to be modded or a Nintendo Switch that need to be modded, let me know because I can do that. And I think it's
what
cool.
kind of modifications do you do to a Nintendo Switch?
Mostly, I play Smash Ultimate. I've played that game competitive. I hope that sounded like it hurt something. I hope it didn't hurt your guys' ears, the listeners. But I play primarily Smash Ultimate on Switch because I started that competitively and, like, ran tournaments in high school and did that all the way up to now. And I saw a lot of people mod that game to where it adds, like, cosmetic mods. So, like, you can get different costumes for different people. You can make the game look a little bit different. They're like different mods where you can, like, completely change a game.
Oh.
Or you can also just kind of hack the Switch and, like, jailbreak it to where you can just get free games, which is really cool. We on A Distinguished Conversation do not condone manipulation of game systems.
We don't condone it. However, we should talk about that later.
Hype. Hype, I got you. There are also some Nintendo Switches that are patched that you just need a complete hardware modification to mod the Switch.
Oh.
But, yeah, I can check to see if it's moddable or not.
I would not know.
It depends on when your Switch came out.
It does depend on when your Switch came out. Because if you have a Switch that's, like, the new, like, enhanced battery life.
I think I got it in 2019. No, 2020.
You might have it. Wait, when did the Switch come out? 2016? Yep. 16 or 17. You might have a new version of the Switch then. Did you buy it new?
I didn't buy it. Somebody bought it for me. So. But I mean, it was new out of the box. Yeah.
Okay, so it might be patched.
Yours is definitely patched.
Yeah.
Mine is not patched.
Neither is mine. That's why I can mod it. I also bought it used because I hate Nintendo.
Because I don't know how to do that.
I got you.
You gonna help me
It
out?
came out in 2017.
17. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I get my years confused. Anyways,
we're about to play some music.
Yeah, we're about to play some music. This is the what is it? Just Noise Candy and Borvh set?
Yeah.
Because are we starting off with Borvh and then ending with Noise Candy?
I think we were gonna do a little back and forth.
Sorry. We're gonna do
okay, sick.
What is it? Her new one is the last song we're
Word
playing.
Yeah, it's the closer.
Yeah, so I love my band because I come to them with a song idea, only lyrics, and we pretty much put the whole song together in like
and we make a song.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was sick. Like, find your people.
Heck yeah.
Marcos,
yes.
Could you play a little something?
These headphones don't really reach. I gotta like
You can take the headphones off, honestly.
I know, but I want to listen.
Oh.
Adjustment time.
This mic is also still on, right? If you also need me to play quiet, just tell me.
What?
If you need me to play quieter, just tell me.
However you would play normally.
Do you want me to play with them or just him?
Is that the loudest you can get? No. I need you to play as loud as possible, like so I can. No, not on there, but so that I know what the volume. What your. What
So
your
set my
volume is.
bass to max?
Yes. Set your bass to max, because.
Someone might use no tone though.
Whenever you're gonna be playing, yes, that's what I need.
There's two different tones though. That's tone off. That's tone on. Is that enough? Is that enough of a difference for it to matter? That's tone off.
Turn it on.
That's just tone off.
It doesn't really sound all that different.
True.
Alright, play now. Marcos.
Should I sing? Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to hear me for sure.
I think our levels are fairly balanced.
On me.
Sick.
You hit my power.
Don't mind me. So, what do we want to start off with?
Treasure Cove.
Treasure Cove.
Okay.
Yep. Do we run around stuff for the podcast? Because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot it already.
No.
No, we're good. We're good.
Just to stop for the. I
Alright.
think you'll remember it.
Okay, so you may have heard this song before on the last podcast that I was on, but it's going to be even better this time because we have the full band here, and it's not just me diddling around on my bass.
You might have heard this one before, but no, you haven't.
It's brand new. This is Treasure Cove.
4 each time.
For each time. Everything is changing, it's all happening so fast. I'm trying to hold on to treasure cold of moments that I can't let go. But when it's time, you know. When it's time, I'll know. And now I'm swimming in the sea. I see you looking right at me. I'm not so little anymore. Soon I'll wash up on the shore and feel my toes dig in the sand. I'm no longer holding your hand, but I know that you're there for me, even if our eyes can't meet. To you, I'll always be the daughter of Triton, king of the sea. Everything is changing, it's all happening too fast. I'm trying to hold on to my life in the past. But when it's time, you know. Oh, it's time, I know. I'm not so little anymore. Yay. It sounds so much better with the full band. It gives it that ambiance. Ambiance. Okay, now what are you guys playing for me? Because I get to watch this time. Actually, I guess I get to hold mic. Yeah?
Guess so, yeah. Well, that or we can adjust that one so that we... Honestly, let's put that one in like an upright position.
Yeah.
Then we'll just have...
For practice.
Stay where you are.
Yep.
Sorry. You good.
Do you
Is this
want
all
to
staying
hear
or is it
yourself
being cut?
sing?
Oh yeah, this is all staying in the podcast. This is part of the fun. Now he can listen. Howdy, folks. It's your host of A Distinguished Conversation. He's playing guitar right now.
Hello, it is Tyler, the guest, playing bass right now.
Yeah, you are.
So true.
A little owl.
No. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea.
I would appreciate if you could hold this. Keep it open. It's just the one thing.
So I just need to touch the screen every once in a while to make sure it doesn't shut off.
Which one are we doing?
We're gonna start with "We don't write the rules, we just take off our clothes with great authority."
Oh.
It's a real ringer of a title. Anyway, it starts like this.
What future will there be? When all of your assets are 20,000 leagues under the sea. And that was a Noise Candy original.
Hey, original music.
Audio jump.
You want to go over there?
Yep. I shall. We're working through cords and cables, cords and cables. What a catchy bass line.
That bass line goes dummy.
It really does.
You kids and your slang.
Goes dummy.
It goes dummy.
Goes hard, it pops off.
Straight flame,
Goes
straight
crazy,
heat.
going,
Fire bass line.
This shall work. Okay, back to the sad shit. So this is I Don't Know How to Be Alone. Again, this time we're playing with the full band, so has a little bit more flavor. Whenever y'all are ready.
What is the tempo? Can you give me like a...
Alright, you ready? I'm gonna start this up then. Okay, never mind.
I simply can't exist without a lover. Oh, I simply can't exist within myself. I've always been too invested in everything outside my mental health. 'Cause I don't know how to be alone without crumbling like a statue turned to dust. And it's so cold in my made-up world that I created to protect myself. Teach me how to breathe. Remind me how to breathe. I can't feel anything except everything. You wouldn't love the person I am behind closed doors, so I lock it every time just to be sure that you'll never see the darkness in me, the ways that I'm unholy and impure. 'Cause I don't know how to be alone without crumbling like a statue turned to dust. And it's so cold in my made-up world that I created to protect myself. Teach me accept everything. I can't feel anything except everything. Yay. Woo. Screams and cheers and claps. Okay, back to Noise Candy. What's next?
Noise Candy is now going to perform
Seth of a Brailsman.
Seth of a Brailsman.
Not a playoff mix.
Not a joke, it's not a prank. Can you help again? Thank you.
I have to scroll through this one. No. Stop.
Yeah. We kept it. The debut, which I guess technically the people at Kirby's are going to hear this before this is uploaded, right? No? All right, then I guess if you're listening to this before it's like 9:30 or like 11 or something on the debut night, then you're hearing the debut of this song. Congratulations. What an honor.
I just work here.
I work all day, I sleep all night. The time in between, I just make my meals and shine. So I show up on my desk, I make my boss's cash. I get him all his drinks and his meals, and all he asks of me. In my check, it looks a little thin. Cost about a bonus from my paycheck. I'm Seth. I work in sales. Seth. I'm done with sales. Thank you.
So, I've had this guitar for like 2 years now,
Thank you.
and I've had the same strings on it. And today I finally broke the high E string.
Oh no. We broke the high E string. What song did you break it on?
This one. But like that means I have to change strings right before the show.
Oh no.
Or
Or use another guitar.
Yeah, but this is the indie guitar, you know. Closest thing would be maybe the jazzy.
Damn.
I'm so sorry that Seth broke your guitar string.
Yeah, Seth is a bitch.
Seth is a cunt, dude. Well, he is dead now, so I guess he got what he deserved.
What song are we doing now?
Life of a musician. We're doing
Word vomit.
Word Vomit.
Oh, okay, so I am gonna need a little bit of
Oh, and I guess, yeah, you...
Diss me now.
Give me the mic! Give it to me! It's mine!
Ooh, I should probably fix that.
Seems like you got all sorts of repairs to do now.
Can a listener hear this?
You see, that's the joys of owning like multiple guitars is like each one has its own things that like you have to take care of, and yeah, it's fun.
Let me reference my lyrics here. So while we're waiting, this song was inspired by a Screamo song that some person on TikTok wrote. It's called Do Something Good for Yourself. And basically the entire song, he's just yelling at you to like get out of bed and go for a walk. But like with a very heavy metal voice and background. And I thought it was pretty epic. I listened to it often, and I wanted to write something similar to motivate myself.
All right.
So that's what this song is about. The sunsets are like in the city. Will they beat the ones in Kansas in the summer at 9:03? I know the storms there are similar. For the past year I've gotten weather alerts. I've been preparing for this, but in my head I'm thinking, holy shit, it's just starting to sink in. Oh, but I think I'll be okay. Gosh, I hope I'll be okay. Everything will work out. Hey, just wish I didn't have to leave my band behind. Hey, why don't you guys just come with me? Oh, you can't? Okay. Well, hey, I'm telling myself everything will be fine. Okay, maybe it's okay to be alone for a while and get to know myself on a new kind of level. Wake up, meditate, stretch, eat kale. Meditate, stretch, eat kale. Meditate, stretch, eat kale. Meditate, stretch, eat kale. Okay, actually, I think kale is super gross, so I won't be eating that. But we're trying to think positively here, so what I'm gonna do instead is, I'll eat broccoli and green beans, get a job that gets me more green, jewelry and fine things. My apartment's always clean, we're manifesting good things. Yeah, we're manifesting great things, actually. Well, hey, I'm telling myself everything will be fine. Okay, maybe it's okay to be alone for a while and get to know myself on a new kind of level. Wake up, meditate, stretch, eat kale. Meditate, stretch, eat kale. Meditate, stretch, eat kale. Meditate, stretch, eat kale. Okay, so if there was an audience here, we would be doing a little bit of participation in the crowd. But we don't have one today. But if you're listening to this podcast, you can sing along. So repeat after me. I can do things that are good for me now.
I can do things that are good for me now.
Unhealthy cycles are on their way out.
Unhealthy cycles are on their way out.
again. I can do things that are good for me now. Unhealthy cycles are on their way out. I can do things that are good for myself. Unhealthy cycles are on their way out. I can do things that are good for me now. Unhealthy cycles are on their way out. Well, hey, I'm telling myself everything will be fine. Okay, maybe it's okay if I'm alone for a while and get to know myself on a new kind of level. Wake up, meditate, stretch, eat kale. Meditate, stretch, eat kale. Meditate, stretch, eat kale. Meditate, stretch, eat kale. Fuck kale. Just for reference, that little audience participation section, we changed the words a few times, so got a little messy in there, but we literally wrote this song 3 days ago, so actually 2 days ago. So yeah, be understanding,
folks.
Anyways,
I think
that's our set. Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Yeah.
We have. I'm gonna get close to this overhead mic. Thank you. We've been Noise Candy and Borvh. We really appreciate you all for listening. Oh, look, a mic. Appreciate y'all for listening. You guys are cool. Follow Noise Candy on Instagram at noisecandyks. Follow Borvh on Instagram at, isn't it just K? Is it K Borvh?
K Borvh.
KBORVH.
Thank you, Miguel, for having me on the podcast. Thank you. A distinguished conversation. It's been a delight. It's been a joy.
We try.
Really.
Thanks. Thank you to all the listeners who tuned in. This was a lot of fun. Can't wait to cram another band in here. I know we talked to Gavin and the piano over at Monica House the other day. He said he would really love to play the Hammond organ here. So, yeah, we would love to have him play that for us. So, yeah, thank you to everyone tuning in. Thank you for Miss Caspor. I think this is your last episode on for a while, but we'll have you on again. We know we will. Thank you for Noise Candy for coming out and practicing today and staying for the podcast. So yeah,
And go kick Caleb's ass for not being here.
Riot in the comments for Caleb not being here.
Riot.
Riot. You guys condoned rioting for when I wasn't here, so riot back. But Caleb's not
but
here.
You're a minority, so
Storm. Oh my God! I thought we didn't condone this kind of hate on a distinguished conversation. I vote we have a trial for Miguel.
It's okay. I'm caramelized too. I can get away with it.
I vote we have a trial.
All right, that seems like
Marcos,
a good spot to end
I don't think you get a
it.
vote anymore.
Thank
Guilty.
you for joining us, and we will see y'all next week.
Is that another minority joke?